Hi, Professor. Good evening. And my topic is regarding the personal home use robots. This is Ramesh Gaddam from Indiana Wesleyan University. Before going to that one, I want to give you a summary about this one. Like mostly a robot job and purpose are to make human life easier. It's a mission. So every time there is a discussion about a robot, that there is a discussion about their purpose. Well, let's just define it right here. A robot's job and purpose are to make human life easier, and it's a mission. They are designed to assist humans and provide services to humans. In their design, capabilities are defined in a way that they are able to do such as a human can do, and also more than human capability. So, second one, what is the robot made of? So, actually, they are an assembly of mechanical hardware parts controlled by a cognitive artificial intelligence network. And this classification of the intelligence is divided into two parts. The first one is the supervised learning, and the second one is the unsupervised segment learning. So the artificial intelligence is a replica of the human central nervous system. The idea the idea is the same for the most part. And at JGJ INC, the sole focus has been on design and manufacturing of personal home use robots. What is a personal home use robot? That is, the robotics field have exploded in the past couple of generations and is widely correlate to factors like increasing the hardware capability, evolution of search engines, big investments and big investments in field research and breakthroughs in machine learning and AI. While there are robots that can do great many tasks these days, JGA has been focused on designing robots to function for mundane tasks and save time with the effort. And coming to the part and sorry, so this chart gives the analysis of the current position in the market. And though JGJINC was not a pioneer in the industry of home use robots, they have been a key player with a good strategy and approached the market as opposed to its competition. JGJINC has required funding from various sharks and titans across the globe. Is abroad is definitely a worth inclusion and industry. It's an industry where R&D tech is a key factor in the product sales. Its capital and the global personal robots market reached $3.8 billion in 2015 and is expected to register a CAGR of 37.8% during the forecast period of 2012 16 to 22. Aging population has been one of the major factors driving the growth of the market globally, moreover increasing consumer demand for luxury items and leisure and reducing prices of personal robots are advancing the growth of the market. So and the second, this one gives the attractive opportunities in the service of robotic arm. So the service robotics market is expected to grow up to USD of 37 point billions in 2020 and to 102.5 billions by 2025. At the 22.6 percentage during the forecast period. Service robots are reducing costs in commercial applications such as delivery, cleaning, and security. Insurance companies are now beginning to provide coverage for medical exoskeletons and robotic surgeries. Rise in government funding for robots such as H2 robots and AI researchers playing an important part towards market strength. And growth robots are being used for various commercial applications in industries such as healthcare, warehouses, hospitality, space research, law enforcement, and agriculture. With increase in nuclear families and world population, the demand for household robots for cleaning, education, elderly assistance, entertainment, and hobby purposes have increased. According to the World Economic, also there is an increase in the aging population in countries such as China and Japan are leading increased deployment of assistive robots, contributing to the highest growth. Initially developed for cleaning floors, domestic robots have now been expanded to cover pools and lawns. Robotic kitchen and laundry are still in development. Although these robots were very expensive when initially introduced to the market, they are becoming more affordable now due to increased adoption and of scale in manufacturing. Also, increasing aging population and less willingness of the working population to perform household chores is driving the growth of the market for domestic applications. Countries such as China and Japan are expected to be the two major countries. And this is the methodology of the determining demanding. So in the discussion with the help of few research papers, I have identified the demand of the market and thus correlated it to JJJINC products. Mostly from the data of the various products in the industry and their sales, the demand has been determined. Using this demand and observation of any patterns and anomalies, if any from the previous data, the forecast of demand has been discussed. From this above graph, it is clear that the demand of robots has been increasing in general in terms of sales volume. Also, it is noticeable that the rate of increasing in personal market is greater to its counterpart. This is an observation to determine that JJJ Inc. is the right market segment with respect to the super with respect to the marketing demand. And these are the Porter's five process models. And the Porter's five models is a description of the competitive rivalry. It is helpful in understanding the competitive forces to help maximize JJJINC's profitability. The five forces that are mentioned here are as follows. So, first one is intensity of rivalry. So the strength of competition is strong in the industry as it is a futuristic industry dealing with the possibility of good margins. Many companies have invested in the company. The rivalry has also been strengthened by the amount of money being invested in the space. Therefore, it is crucial for JJJ Inc. to maintain its availability to produce quality products alongside the being quickly and additional features. Also, price point should be one of the areas that JJJ Inc. should be able to compete in the markets with the high intensity of rivalry and threats of the new entrants. So, coming to the threats of the new entries, the threat of the new entries is medium because of the high capital intrusiveness of the business. It's research based innovation to stay current and to beat the market of company entering the business. It is difficult for new entries. The barriers of entry are very high for a startup and as opposed to a high end company with a large board and large capital. These are the kind of companies that thrive in the industry. Also, there are various other factors like distribution cost, licensing cost, marketing expense, legal cost, etc. And coming to the next one, that is threats of substitution. There is a high risk of alternatives for JJJ business as the business itself is to substitute a robot to make human life easier. It can most certainly be replaced by manpower. There are also other machines that are already existing and provide a large barrier to increase the risk. And coming to the fourth one is the bargaining. Like power of the buyer, like buyer of the power in the business of personalized home robots. The bargaining power of the customer is very high as the industry is the customers define the scope of sales. They possess a very high bargaining power. And the last one is bargaining power of suppliers. So supplier power, so it is the mostly the hardware that is acquired from the customer. It is not a great deal of bargaining capacity for the suppliers, although there are other factors that could regulate this part of the Porter's 5 process like political and economic factors. They are further discussed in the next section. Like for JPJ, and this is the analysis period for the pricing markets in the in the market. So coming to this point, for JGG the price point or the ASP is much larger than the above mentioned analysis, as one can observe that the price of the product sold was in direct proportion to the robot's ability. Therefore, JGJ INC, I'm sorry. Therefore, JGJ INC is the whole product is much more superior to all the above mentioned functionalities can be sold at a higher price point in my opinion. So apart from all of the three cleaning services, the JJJ robot also provides an entertainment feature that is new to the industry. Considering the above factors and its assumption that JJJ is going to beat its competition to the market, the price point can be a large as the test market report suggests. And these are the recommendations for JJJ Inc. The price point or the ASP is much larger than the above mentioned analysis, as one can observe that price of the product sold was in a direct proportion to the robot's ability. Therefore, JJJ Inc., whose product is much more superior to all the above mentioned functionalities, can be sold at a higher price in my opinion. Apart from the three cleaning services, the JJG robot also provides the entertainment feature that is new to the industry. And in this analysis for promotional models in the market, I have considered a company called International Robotics Agency. Their standard implemented promotional strategies were follows like consulting. I always consulting confidently with governments, corporations, educators, organizations, companies, and individuals to promote their products. And that is my end of the topic. Thank you.